You know, for years, it's felt like the music industry is just stacked against indie creators, right? You're dealing with streaming platforms that pay fractions of a penny, and it can feel impossible to make a living. But what if the whole model was flipped on its head? What if a platform was built from the ground up to put creator earnings first?
This quote it hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Your music, your creativity, it ends up feeding an algorithm that's all about serving advertisers. You become the content. It's a system where the platform's goals aren't necessarily aligned with your financial success.
So, what if we just flip that whole idea around? Imagine a platform that's not built to serve advertisers, but to serve you, the creator, as its #1 customer. That's the core idea we're going to dig into.
And look, the clearest way to see this difference is to talk about the money. We're talking about all those hidden fees and cuts that platforms quietly take from what you earn. So think about it. When you sell something on a platform, you expect them to take a cut, right? It's just standard. But for its professional artists, ePlura went with a pretty shocking number.
Yeah, zero. A big fat 0%. On the Artist Pro tier, there's no platform fee. None. You keep 100% of your revenue. Just let that sink in for a second.
And when you put it side by side with the old way, honestly, it's night and day. The industry standard, they're taking 15, maybe even 30% before you see a penny. But here, it's not about the platform taking a commission. It's about giving you a tool to build your own business, where your success is actually your own. And this quote right here, this is the whole philosophy in a nutshell. You do the work, you build your audience, and you get to keep what you earn. Simple as that. No middleman dipping into your pocket. Okay, so a zero-fee model is great, but where does it apply? This is where things get really interesting, because ePlura isn't just a place to stream music, it's your own personal storefront. Instead of trying to stitch together a bunch of different services, you've got it all in one place. We're talking physical merch, your vinyl, your t-shirts. You can hook up a print-on-demand shop so you don't have to deal with inventory. You can build hype with those limited, time-sensitive drops. And, this is huge, you can build a steady, recurring income stream with VIP fan clubs. And the best part? That 0% promise applies here too. When a fan signs up for your VIP club on the Pro tier, you get all of it. This isn't just about selling a track here and there. This is about building a real sustainable career from the people who support you the most. All right, so earning the money is one thing. But what about paying the people you made the music with? Oh man, that's another huge headache for indie creators, and it's the next problem we're going to tackle.
I mean, if you've ever co-written a song, you know the pain, right? You're buried in these crazy complicated spreadsheets, you're trying to track sales from a dozen places, and half the time you're chasing people down to make sure they get their fair cut. It's a total administrative nightmare.
So ePlura just automates the whole thing. It's actually incredibly simple. Check this out. When you're uploading a song, you just add your collaborators, your producer, the featured artist, whoever, by their username. Then you set the percentages you all agreed on, right there. And that's it. You're done. Every single time a sale is made, the system automatically sends the right amount of money to the right person. And the key word here is instant. It's all transparent. So look at this example, right? The second this track gets bought, 50% goes to the artist and 25% goes to each producer. Boom. No waiting, no arguments, and definitely no spreadsheets. And this quote just says it all. Music is a team sport, right? So getting paid for it shouldn't feel like you're doing your taxes. This lets creators get back to what they do best, making music, not being an accountant. Okay, so when you start putting all these pieces together, the zero fees, the direct sales, the automatic payments, you start to see the bigger picture. This isn't just about helping one artist make a living, it's about creating a totally healthier ecosystem for everybody. It's a win-win all around. For artists, you're keeping all your money on the Pro tier. For producers, you can sell your beats and packs and know your splits are locked in. Engineers, getting paid for your work just got way easier. Even indie labels can manage their whole roster with complete transparency. Everybody's on the same page. The bottom line is pretty simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. When you give people fair tools, you get fair pay for everyone involved in making the art. That's how you build a music economy that actually works. So, what this all really does is shift the power. It puts it right back in the hands of the creator. It's about giving you the control to build a career exactly how you want to. So the only question left is, with tools like these finally available, what are you going to create?